Today we are going to present a research article which named Phonological Working Memory, a comparative study between different age groups. I'm Yahe Tan from Group 5, and I will give a brief introduction on the background and the context of this article. For the background, it is published in 2011 and published in the Journal of the Brazilian Society of Speech Therapists by a bunch of Brazilians. And for a brief explanation of the context, this article explores the performance of the individual across different age groups with using a experiment with 90 individuals, and at last conclude that difference in the performance of phonological working memory tasks among the groups of different ages. And now I will pass it to my group mates. We will give a more detailed explanation of the aims and key findings.
And this is Yijie, and today I'm going to share with you about the broad details, including aims, general procedure, and key findings of the research. The primary aim of the study was to verify the performance of individuals with sound language deficits across different ages, including children, adults, and elderly, in tasks that assess phonological working memory. The researcher aimed to understand how phonological working memory abilities develop with age and how they are affected by the aging process. They hypothesized that phonological working memory abilities improve with age during childhood and early adulthood, but decline in the elderly due to the aging process. To test this hypothesis, the study involved 19 participants divided into three groups: 30 children aged 6 to 8 years selected from preschool and elementary school in sample state, 30 adults aged 19 to 35 years selected from undergraduate student in the Boro Dental School, University of São Paulo, and 30 elderly individuals aged 60 years or older selected from community. All participants were required to have no history of oral language or hearing deficits, no memory complaints, and for the elderly group, no progressive degenerative diseases. There is also no education requirement for the elderly. In this research, participants underwent a phonological working memory assessment that include: the first one is non-words repetition task. In this task, participants were asked to repeat 40 invented words, each consisting of 2 to 5 syllables. These noun words were designed to be pronounceable but meaningless to ensure reliance on phonological working memory rather than familiarity with the real world. The words were presented orally by an examiner in a quiet environment. Participants were required to immediately repeat the noun words after hearing them and receive points based on their ability to repeat the words. As shown in the graph, in this task, adults performed the best with a mean score of 77, followed by children with a mean score of 69, and elderly performing the worst with a mean score of 62. The graph also shows that across different age groups, there is a negative correlation between points earned and syllable length. The second task used by researchers is the digit repetition task. In this task, participants were asked to repeat sequences of digits in both direct and reverse order. Direct order involved repeating digit sequences ranging from 2 to 8 digits, and the reverse order involved repeating digit sequences ranging from 2 to 7 digits. Points are given following the same model as the noun-word task. In the digit repetition task, adults receive an overall mean score of 36. Children receive a mean score of 20, and the elderly receive a mean score of 26. Adults outperform both children and elderly in all aspects of the task, and children perform the worst overall. Across the different age groups, all of the participants found it more difficult to recite the sequences in reverse order. The study confirmed that phonological working memory improves with age during childhood and peaks in early adulthood. However, it begins to decline in old age. Participants found the reverse order digit task more challenging than the direct order, reflecting the increased cognitive load required for manipulating information in reverse order. Longer known words were more difficult for all age groups to repeat, demonstrating the impact of syllables length on phonological working memory. Next, I will invite Annabelle to provide an evaluation on the research.
Moving on to critical evaluation. The study has various strengths, such as the use of standardized tests, comprehensive data analysis, and research replicability. The use of standardized tasks, such as noun words and digits repetition, ensures that the findings are comparable to other studies in the field. This standardization is crucial as it enhances the reliability and applicability of research results, allowing for consistent measures across different studies. By employing these well established tasks, the study significantly contributes to the research topic, as researchers can build on each other's work with greater confidence in the validity of their results. The study also employs a thorough data analysis approach, considering both the mean performance and variability within each group. This thorough approach allows for researchers to identify nuanced differences and patterns that might be missed with simpler analysis, leading to a more accurate insight into how phonological working memory evolves with age. Moreover, the clear and detailed description of the methodology allows for researchers to replicate the study's findings, further validating the results and reinforcing credibility. This transparency fosters confidence in the research findings and encourages further exploration into the topic. It provides a reliable foundation for future studies, advancing understanding on the research topic. The study also has numerous limitations and weaknesses, such as the lack of longitudinal data, cultural bias, and limited subgroup sample size. The study employs a cross sectional design, which means that they analyze data from different age groups at a single point in time. While this provides an insight into age related differences, it cannot track individual development or change. In contrast, longitudinal data would allow researchers to observe how working memory evolves and would also allow them to differentiate between the changes due to aging and those due to generational and cohort effects. The study is conducted in the context of Brazilian Portuguese, which may introduce cultural bias. Cognitive processes, including working memory, can be influenced by cultural and linguistic factors. This impacts future research on the topic, as the findings might not apply to other cultures and languages. This suggests that future research should include more diverse cultural and linguistic groups to see if the same patterns are still observed. By doing so, researchers can develop a more comprehensive and universally applicable understanding on the topic. While the overall sample size of 90 participants might seem adequate, the number of participants in each age subgroup is only 30. The small sample size per group may be insufficient to deter subtle differences in working memory performance within each age category. This impacts research on the topic, as it is difficult to generalize these findings to broader populations in each age group, as the sample may not accurately represent the variability present in larger populations. This suggests that future research should include larger sample sizes within each subgroup to ensure robust and reliable results.
We're gonna make a new experiment based on the old one, but aim is to find and fix the gap which exists in the original essay. So in the method part, the experiment mentioned that they have 90 individual groups, which were aged from the 6 to 8, 19 to 35, and 60. We can notice that their kids age, the younger adults age, and the elders age. A lake for a middle age in the 40s and 50s, which means the main working age. That is because the study mainly focused on the larger difference between the age, but meanwhile ignored the period of the middle age, which the society considered to be also a serious. Well, we already know that the working memory changes significantly from childhood to the old age. We still know very little about the change in middle age. This gap makes our model of cognitive development and degradation incomplete. Our study aims to fill this gap by examining working memory performance by segmenting age groups, especially for adults from 40s to 60s. We might hypothesize that, while working memory efficiency gradually declines with age, changes may not be as pronounced in the middle age as in the old one. This number of participants will be the same as the original experiment, and the test will remain the same to ensure that the variable is only the age. In addition, in order to enhance the accuracy of the experimental data, some newer technologies such as the EEG, which means the electroencephalography, can be used if the experimental budget is met. It is accepted that this new experiment may complement the theory model of the original assay, for it makes progress on the detection of middle-aged.
So lastly, we have the conclusion. Just going back over the study aim, it was to verify performance of individuals without language deficits across different age groups, being children, adults, elderly, and phonological working memory tasks. There was the introduction of further research that adapted off the original study. There was a brief overview, a critical evaluation, as well as the strengths, weaknesses, and limitations of the study that we looked at. Thank you for taking the time to watch the project.